Humans of the Cardboard, back again for another news video tonight. We already went over the V-Jump promo and what we know about it so far. We're going to get the official effects in the next 3 weeks. But we actually have 3 brand new Sky Striker cards revealed. These are for Premium Pack 2024. Premium Pack usually doesn't have anything too crazy in it, but there are, over the past couple of years, there have been some actually pretty interesting cards. There's nothing that's like super meta. But we'll take a look at it. Hopefully there's some gems here. Konami keeps giving Striker some of their like manga cards, but they've like not been good at all. We got like Linkage a couple of years ago, but that wasn't even manga. That was actually just a support card. That was nice. And then other than that, I would say like Chamelea's been nice, but Azalea's doesn't even really make a ton of sense for the archetype. So we'll see. Let's see where we're at. All right, so this guy is Pillar of the Future Cyanos. This is a light machine effect monster, level 1, 500 attack, 1500 defense. This was actually the guy I thought almost looked like a virtual world card, but it looks like he's actually a striker. So yeah, level 1 light machine, interesting. He's always treated as a Sky Striker card, so that's nice. It is searchable off of Engage and otherwise, which is cool. And he has 3 hard ones for turn effects. That seems good. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can special summon 1 Sky Striker Ace Rose from your deck or graveyard. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extract for those turn except machines. Wow, this is just Tour Guide for Rose. Wow. That's kind of neat. Hold on. Why is that so spicy? Okay. Alright. Interesting. Third effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard, take 1 of your Sky Striker Ace Rose that is banished or engraved and either add it to your hand or special summon it. Whoa! This card's actually like a wild link spam card for strikers. Holy shnikes. Now it does lock you into machines, so you know, obviously the striker links, but it's locking you out of stuff like SP Little Knight, it's locking you out of access codes, so is there enough utility from other Sky Striker or just other machine links in general that this still allows you to abuse? That will really be the question. But I'm not gonna lie, this is just a good card, right? And the fact that it just it jumps out of the hand for decent cost. I mean, you'd actually have a ton of spells in it. If you're going first, but you draw one of the going second spells, boom, it just puts a spell in grave while getting you 2 bodies on field that then is going to get you potentially another body later on is actually kind of wild. So very interesting. This card's interesting. I'm actually very curious about this, if this actually could find a home in the deck, but we'll see. Next up here we have Sky Striker Ace Aelia Temperance. Cool looking artwork. It's just like another mech suit used by being manned by Aelia, which is interesting. This is a Dark Machine Link Effect monster. It's a Link 3. It's 25, which is decent. Points down and then left and right. And it is pretty generic, right? 2 monsters, including a Link monster. 2+ monsters, including a Link monster. So that's fine. Must first be Link summoned, okay? You can only use the first effect of this if card's name once per turn. If this card is special summoned, banish a spell from your hand or grave, then target a monster your opponent controls with 2500 or less attack. Equip that face-up monster to this card as an equip spell. When this card is destroyed by battle, you can special summon 1 Sky Striker monster from your hand or graveyard. Interesting card. I doubt this will find... I mean, maybe there's an argument that you could actually start to find room for a card like this almost solely because of this guy. Because this guy maybe helps the deck spam so much better than it ever did before. Maybe that means that we're spamming into something like this where, you know, summon it, you know, steal an opponent's monster as an equip spell. I hate that this is only by battle. I hate that this isn't card effect too, which we could potentially do with our own cards, but that's a bummer. It's an okay float, but alright, it's just fine. But it is a Link 3 that helps you Link Climb, right? It's a tool that you could go into going second to take an opponent's card and then continue to Link Climb with. I don't think it's amazing, but maybe if we want to build around this guy, this could be one of those machine links that gives us some utility. But we'll see. The last one here, we have no picture for it yet, unfortunately. Curious here. But this is Combination Maneuver Engage 0. This is actually a machine link monster. It's a light Link 2. 1500 attack. It points left and right, so it does not point down at all, which is interesting. It takes any 2 light and or dark monsters, so kind of like Aelia, just lights and darks. It's always treated as a Sky Striker, so that's nice. You can only special summon Maneuver once per turn. Cannot be used as link material. Well, cannot be used as link material, period. That is weird. Okay. First effect. If this card is special summoned, you can target one monster on the field with 2,500 or more attack, negate its effects until the end of the turn. Okay. And at the start of the damage step, if this card attacks and you have Sky Striker Ace Ray and Sky Striker Ace Rose in your graveyard, destroy all monsters your opponent controls. Okay. I mean, that's a pretty like, I don't want to say hefty requirement, because like, if you're making this, it probably means you have Array Engrave by default. So you just would have to get Rose. And if you're making a Link 2, it's also entirely possible you would have both Engrave anyway. So that's not terrible at all. I actually think this card sets up as like a pretty gnarly going second card for strikers, right? Like on special summon, it negates a monster. Is this card low-key a little bit spicy because of linkage? Okay, so I believe a specific stipulation they put on like every Sky Striker Link monster that's Link 2 or higher, not the Link 1s, is this stipulation where it says must first be Link summoned, because that means you can't linkage and cheat them out. This, I believe, is the first Link 2 that you can actually cheat out, because it doesn't say that it must first be Link summoned, it just says it can only be summoned once per turn. So that is kind of spicy. Now, I hate that this interruption is pigeonholed or is funneled into only monsters of 2,500 or more attack, but that is still something. So now linkage is like linkage straight up has like not been an interruption, because there isn't like a Sky Striker Link that you could summon to like interrupt them. This is now technically an interruption that you could play in the extra. And then on top of that, like if you get this other effect set up, like boom, now you're also talking even more about, getting the ability to wipe your opponent's monster zone completely, which is, pretty powerful. Interesting. I could actually see this card finding room. One other thing that I think is also kind of spicy, this is a generic, right? We're talking about like Azalea's Link materials. Azalea started seeing play until we got SP Little Knight revealed, and then we were like, oh, nobody's playing Azalea anymore. It's all Little Knight. This is a card that like certain decks could be making into a board to like try and negate something. Now, you're not getting this second effect ever, but that first effect is there for sure. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. It probably isn't good enough to like beat out something like Little Knight going second, but as far as generic Link 2s go, but it's something to keep in mind. This is definitely an interesting card. I hate that it can't be used as Link material. It'd be so much better if we could like cheat this out into a board, like negate something to like blank a monster our opponent controls, and if they don't destroy this card, be able to link it down into Kagari, into, Hayate, Shizuku, whatever, and get a bunch of resources rotating. That's definitely a big bummer that this can't be used as Link material. But like I already said, linkage kind of already helps you work around this now, because you could send this with linkage to summon another Link. So we have ways to make it work. It's not the end of the world. Plus, you could also overlay something like Typhon on top of it. You wouldn't be able to special summon again that turn, but if you were able to put Ray on the field, you could then Ray out on the opponent's turn to at least get some value and clear the zone there. Like, that's interesting for sure. I don't know. This card's interesting to me, for sure. I think the Link 3 is the biggest whiff here. I think this guy has a ton of link up potential. I'd have to dig a little bit deeper on machine links and what's really good out of those. But I still think this guy's pretty spicy. And then this guy as well, the Link 2. Very, very curious on that. So actually not as bad as I thought. The anime Sky Striker cards, I never had too high hopes, especially when we learned last year how bad of cards they could give Sky Striker. But I think these are actually pretty decent. I'll definitely be considering these for sure. And at least give them a good look. At least consideration. I'm not saying they're guaranteed in the list, but they could be spicy. So there you go. I'm out of here for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, let me know your thoughts down below on these cards. Do you think they could have a home in Striker? If, I'm not a Striker savant, so if you know Striker plays and you look at these cards and you go, oh, you can do this and this, let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear some of the stuff you're looking at there. But we'll see. Cool stuff. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. You want to stay up to date on all things Yu-Gi-Oh! News. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.